Hi, this is Math for Real People. I just want to give you a general idea of how to do exponents and just how they work. So there's already another video about the multiplication and division stuff with them, so let me just make sure you understand what it even means to have an exponent. So for an exponent, if you have, let's say, 2 to the third power, that just means you have 2 times 2 times 2. So it's 2, the base, times itself 3 times. So there's your base and there's your exponent. And that is your general rule. It doesn't matter what you put here. You can have variables. So to the second power, that's why squaring, you multiply something by itself. So that's your general rule. So now let's talk about 0 power. Now a lot of times you think 0 power, that's 0, and you would be wrong because anything to the 0 power is 1. So 500 to the 0 power is 1. Put it in your calculator, it'll tell you that. X to the 0 power is 1. You don't even need to know what the number is because you know it's going to be 1. Why is this working? What's happening? Why, right? Well, if you recall the other video on exponents, if it had the same base, let's say you had 2 to the 5th over 2 to the 5th, you would say, oh yeah, in division you subtract your exponents. So you would have 2 to the 5th, subtract the 5th, that's going to be 2 to the 0. Wait a second, that's still going to be 1. So why am I showing you this? Because technically you would have this. You would have 5 2's on top, right? Because 2 to the 5th power means you have 5 of them. And then you had 5 on the bottom. So what happens is you would have technically every 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom cancel out. There's 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Anything over itself is 1. You have a bunch of 1's times 1, you're going to equal 1. That's the same as doing this. So that's what's going on. That's what the 0 power, that's what's happening. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, so now let's look at changing out of the negative. So a lot of your textbooks will say you can't have a negative exponent. Well, how do you fix it? You simply put it on the opposite side of the fraction bar. So you're going to put it on the opposite side of the fraction bar. It's going to mean the same thing, but look different. So looking at this one, x to the negative 4th, there's no fraction bar, you're saying, right? Well, there's always a fraction bar down there, you just don't see it. So if you put x or 1 over x to the 4th, you're done. You've just made it so you don't have a negative exponent, and it means the same thing. And so right here, to change this, you have a negative exponent on the bottom of the fraction bar, so you would just move it to the top, and you would have 2 to the 5th power. Now with actual numbers, you could put this in your calculator, 1 divided by 2 raised to the negative 5th power, see what that equals, and then put 2 to the 5th power and see what that equals. You should get the same thing. Let me show you one example here. So here's an example, and you do have to make sure you understand the rules of exponents that were in the other video as well, but keep watching this, you might get it already even without that video. So first we want to get rid of our parentheses, and we want to distribute this 2 to every single thing within the parentheses, meaning we will have the 2 go to the 2, to this 2, and to here. Remember, that's just going to make it 2 squared, which is going to be 4. And if you raise an exponent to another exponent, it's multiplication. So you're going to have x to the 4th power, and then you will have y, and you keep it negative, to the negative 6th power. So you see what we've done. We distributed that 2 here to every single thing down here. And then you don't want a negative on the bottom of the fraction bar, or you don't want a negative exponent, so you get it off the bottom of the fraction bar, and you'll have x to the 4, x to the 4th, y to the 6th, and that is all you can do if you're simplifying the problem. So I hope that helps, and I hope you understand exponents a little bit better. Thank you.